Hey everyone, how's it going? So there's a few updates today that mostly revolve around the wilderness. So the first one is this Wine of Zamrak over here in this little altar place in level 38 wilderness. So right there, you have to telegrab it to get it. And a cool little feature about it is if you have the hard wilderness diary done, then when you telegrab it, it will be noted. So you can stack them up for quite a while without banking, but watch out for PKers because you could get PK'd and lose them pretty easily. So they also updated the wilderness bounty hunter little board thing right here in the corner of your screen. It now shows what emblem your opponent is carrying, if they are carrying one. It also shows if they're skulled. So my opponent isn't skulled and they don't have an emblem. Then the KDR board was also updated today. Before it used to only show deep wilderness stuff, so anything past 10 wilderness. Now it counts the entire wilderness, so Edge PKing, you're going to be able to see your KDR for that now. So you just toggle this, turn it on, and it should show your KDR, but mine's not showing up. You guys thought you were going to get to see my KDR, but no. You actually have to be in the wilderness for it to show up, so that's why it's not showing up. They also were doing a little test of the Dead Man Mode World final hour whatever thing. If you guys have seen the Dead Man Mode tournament, they were doing a test of that today, but that's already passed, so you can't go to that anymore. But they wanted to get feedback on that, see if how they have it set up this time is actually good, because every single Dead Man Mode tournament so far there have been complaints. Onto the other updates. So they also updated teleblock. If you get teleblocked, when you try to teleport while you're teleblocked, it will now show in your down here in your chat box how much longer you have until the teleblock is over with. So that will be helpful for those of you that don't use OS Buddy or any other third-party clients that show you how long you have left. And they also made the teleblock more accurate now, as in more accurate how long you're going to be teleblocked. Before, it depended on kind of when you got teleblocked. It could be a little bit shorter or it could be a little bit longer, but now it should be more consistent. Change the XP you get for using teleblock. If you splash, it will be 84 experience, and if it's successful, it will give you 95 experience, which makes it a little bit easier to tell if you splashed or not. So here in the Motherlode mine, last week or sometime recently, they updated the upstairs up here to change how the ore depletes. And there was a problem with it. People were kind of like ragging people up here, or griefing on whatever you'd call it. And they made some changes so to mitigate that. It should be harder to do anything like that now. The upstairs should be quite a bit better than down here. So, and there was also a few spots down here on the lower level that were acting the same way as they were up on the upper level, and they have changed that, so now all the lower level floors should act like the lower level floors. And they also made some changes to the Dead Man Mode world, the permanent one. And those, they now made it similar to how the last Dead Man Mode worked, where any XP that you lost on death, you now have a 10 times multiplier to get back to the point where you were at before you died. They also updated the leaping trout and salmon and sturgeon over at the barbarian fishing spots. Those fish will now appear below most items, because it was kind of annoying before. If you dropped some item, a big stack of feathers or something, and there was a big stack of fish, some items would actually appear underneath the fish, and there was like 100 fish on the ground, so you couldn't actually get the feathers or whatever you dropped back, so you just kind of lose them. I think feathers actually appeared on top of them, but yeah, there are some items I remember dropping that were just gone if you dropped them. So that is changed now, so most things should appear on top of the fish. And the annoying coffin beside the trapdoor near Edgeville can no longer be clicked. Is nice. And the elf crystals will no longer jump to the top of your inventory when used, and will instead stay in place in your inventory. So those are the ones that teleport you over to the place for mornings and part 1 and part 2. That little elf city there, those elf crystals I'm pretty sure are the ones that it is talking about. So that's just a small little change. I didn't even notice that happened, but I guess that happened and they fixed that. And then there's a few other bug fixes. They fixed an issue with the auto weed not working with scarecrows. That works correctly now. and the servant's money bag was accidentally appearing on the Flatpak interface. And as this was not able to be created, it has now been removed. That is all the updates for today. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time.